So you told us earlier that working in digital humanities, everybody works very isolated at his own university. But to what extent are digital humanities reshaping the academic landscape in total?
Well, I think one of the ways that they're reshaping the academic landscape is that they are bringing people together through various kinds of social networking platforms, so that you do get to connect to people you wouldn't have connected to otherwise, but also you get to see their work that you wouldn't have had access to otherwise.
Yeah. So you think, you said you can get access to different work. How do you think can digital humanities bridge the gap between hard sciences and the humanities?
One of the ways that it can bridge the gap between hard sciences and the humanities is that we now have access to one another's work that we didn't used to. So through searching, you search on a common term, and you may have references that come up both from hard sciences as well as social sciences and humanities, and so you see things that you wouldn't have seen otherwise.
Yeah. So access is like everything.
It's very important. Yeah, access is very important.
For the digital history, for the sources, that's the most important.
I think access to sources is incredibly important because it gives us the opportunity to visit lots of different kinds of archives and use different kinds of sources that we wouldn't have had access to even 5 years ago, and so it broadens the framework for our thinking.
What would you say, what's the new challenge? You have access to so many sources, it's getting more and more. What's the challenge with that?
Well, the big challenge with access to all of these sources is that there's too much. And so because there's too much, we need new ways of dealing with that abundance. And right now, the tools for data mining and image mining and those sorts of things, they exist, but they're not very user-friendly. And so the historians have a hard time using them.
Yeah. So, and yeah. We already have 3 minutes, or?
Okay, I can cut in. It's no problem if you want.
It can be edited.
Yes, I know. I'm very glad of that. Because now I lost track. Yeah, maybe, what would you say for the future? You said historians have a hard time right now, so you think it will be manageable to make this access user friendly?
I think the data mining tools, image mining tools, will get much better in the next several years. They're already significantly better than they were just a year ago, and so I think that in the next 3 to 4 years, those tools will be very user-friendly, and historians will start thinking about the ways that we can use them for our research.
So it's a very short-term development.
These things happen faster and faster and faster.
Isn't that also a challenge, or maybe also a danger, because it's so fast?
It is very challenging because most of us weren't trained to do this sort of thing in our graduate programs, and so we're having to learn on the fly how to work with these very sophisticated systems. And many of these systems are designed by engineers, not by humanists, and so the bar for entry for people in the middle of their career is very difficult.
Yeah, and again, there we have the bridge from the engineers and the historians, the bridge from the hard sciences to humanities.